everyone claims what they claim, but then once trials happen and people are looking at long years and stuff like that, you really see the real character of somebody. Right. Like when all these 150 indictments happen, what percentage of the people really stayed, faithful to everyone else and didn't cooperate?
To be honest with you, bro, the indictment was broken down, I believe, into 3 parts. There was like an Atlanta, a Detroit, and a Los Angeles, 3 different indictments. And I was a part of the Atlanta indictment. So all my paperwork had to deal with people that were involved with the Atlanta indictment. So I don't have paperwork on the rest of the people, like Meech's brothers people and, all those guys. I don't really know. I've seen things here and there, but I don't have like the case, like how I've got our case from Atlanta. I've got every word that was said by everybody or that wasn't said by everybody. But if I had to just put it in perspective, yeah. I would say like, a good 70% kept it solid, which is a nice percentage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, more than I'm sure 90% of the time.
Right.
So 30% of the people turned.
I would say about that. It was a few snitches, real live snitches, involved in that situation. People that were just trying to save their ass and they didn't give a fuck who they fucked up trying to do it.
Have you ever run into any of these guys?
Nah, I ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen nobody that told on me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I did see Omari in prison when he was supposed to be coming and testifying on Meech, but he never did it. I had a chance to talk to him before Meech's sentencing came up, before Meech's stuff was even done. And I guess they pulled the kid back from state prison, because he was going to give some information that was going to get his time cut. But I don't know if it was seeing me in there or, how he had to change a heart or whatever it was, but he never went to court.
So this guy was going to testify against Meech and ended up changing his mind before he took the stand.
Right, but he had already gave the information, so it don't matter. He's still told.
You did what was the total number of years you did?
Like 4. So I had
4 years.
I had 5 years, 4 months. You wanted to subtract the good time from that, which is like, I don't know, I don't remember now. And then I was awarded a year off for taking the 500-hour residential drug program. So once I successfully completed that, they awarded me 1 year off of my sentence, and then that plus the good time, I subtract from 5 year and 4 months sentence, like right at 4 years of actual prison time. You got to remember one thing, bro. Like a lot of this stuff has to do with your person. You know what I'm saying? With criminal history. Like when you're dealing with the feds, it ain't just like the state where, it's 10 years, do 1, and you can go home. The sentence carries 12 years, do 2 years, and you can be on parole. Nah, it's like it's a guideline. It's a sentencing guideline, and it's a graph to where you have criminal history and then your charge. So your criminal history runs the top, and then your offense level runs down this graph, and then you've got to find yourself on this graph, and that shows you how much time, between what time and what time, 160 months or 80 to 160 months or whatever. Okay. Wherever you fall on that guideline is how the feds work. You know what I'm saying? It works totally different than the state system.
Okay. Now, what was the hardest part about being in prison? Because that was the first time you were ever in prison.
Right. The hardest part was just being away from my kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was away from them, for times on the streets, because I'm moving around in different places, different states and doing my thing, but I was still able to jump up, fly them in or fly out, pop up on them and take them, to Six Flags or, go to the movies and, just stop everything I'm doing and fly to LA and stay for a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. I had the freedom to do what I wanted to do. When I don't have the freedom at all and, it's hard, knowing that you got to be away from them and I can't be there for them like how I want to or when they need me. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they need you most when you can't get there, So that was, for me, that was the hardest part. Everything else, it was a breeze. You know what I'm saying? I was at a low. I wasn't in no pen. I didn't have no violence in my case. So you know what I'm saying? It was easy jail time that I did. The hardest part was not being able to see them kids when they wanted to see me and when I wanted to just be with them. I had a brand new daughter at the time, you know what I'm saying? She was like, 8 months or something when I got locked up, you know what I'm saying? So she had to grow up, her first years with me in prison. Like she grew up knowing me from being in there. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know me from being on the streets. She knew me from a visitation room. So those are the hardest things for me. I'm a family man, bro. I'm big on family, you know what I'm saying? So everything else was cool. I had money, like I wasn't broke in there, and then I had a nice support system. I had some girls that was looking out for me, and, family was there for me at the same time. And, the dudes on the compound, they was cool. Niggas respected me. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know I ain't snitch, and my paperwork was there on the compound and stuff like that. So, I walked the yard. I wasn't in no protective custodies or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just sat there and did my time, bro, and made me a plan for when I got home, and I'm still executing that plan as we speak.
What do you think about Charlamagne comparing, to Pimp a Butterfly and Sugar Free's influence?
I heard myself.
He acting like he up in here fighting some big murder trial and everybody's in there pointing him out and snitching. He acting like he went to jail. He acting like he just, like the whole snitched on theme of it is just like some made up cartoon type shit, you feel me?